Yo, what's up? I'm Tanner. I'm a natural bodybuilder and I'm 5 days out from my second show. And listen, y'all, I cannot lie. I think it's the lack of carbs in my system, but the food noise has been really bad these past few days. But that's okay. It's it's a part of it. It's not a fun part of it, but it's a part of it. And this is the lifestyle I chose, so I'm going to do my best not to complain. I have some funny food stories I'll tell at the gym later that have happened over the course of these past few days. But yeah, I will. I don't know. I just do. I'm doing my best not to complain, but the food noise has been really bad, and I just want to be honest about that. But it is back day. It'll be my last back day before the show. It'll be just me today because my dad had to go. My dad had to go to the gym super early, like he'd left the house at 6 a.m. because he has a bunch of stuff going on today. But it'll be just me today, hitting back, hitting it hard, and yeah, I'm very much looking forward to eating again. But uh, I don't know, it's getting on stage is worth it for me. So, but yeah, I will see y'all at the gym here in a little bit. Okay, let's get this back day started. Oh, okay. So you saw in the first clip that how I was talking about the food noise. Well, I said I had some funny stories about that. Well, one of them's funny. The other one, I think, reveals how hard this can be sometimes. Um, so both these take place on Saturday. The first one's the funny one. I know how I was talking about the cottage using cottage cheese instead of light mayo for my tuna salad. Well, what I thought I was being told was to throw it all in the blender together and make it that way. So I ended up with a tuna salad smoothie, and oh my gosh, was it awful. But apparently, what my mom was actually trying to get me to do was throw the cottage cheese in the blender so that way it'd be smoother, um, like light mayo or mayo in general, then mix it together the way I usually do, in a bowl. But that's not what I did. That's not what I understood. I thought you just told me to throw it all in the blender, and I ended up with a tuna salad smoothie. And my gosh, was it disgusting and hard to get down. And another one. Um, Again, this was on Saturday. My my family made brownies because my brother was in town and he wanted brownies for dessert. And dude, I like Loki crashed out. I was like, I can't be down here with these things because I might mess up the diet. And I ended up I went upstairs and I walked on the treadmill for an hour. Took a really hot shower afterwards, and I was like, I don't know, I kind of crashed out a little bit. I apologized to my dad because I was really upset with him about the whole thing, and I don't know. It's just it. The food noise can be a lot sometimes, but it's about not letting those thoughts, like control you, and realizing it's just food. I'll be able to eat in less than a week, and then also acknowledging that I was in the wrong, and I apologize to him, like I said, because I was in the wrong, and that is a huge part of becoming a better person, is admitting when you're wrong, admitting when you've done something not okay. And I let food have way bigger of a hold on me than it ever should, and it caused me to very much so be in the wrong. But yeah, tuna salad smoothie, funny. The brownies caused me to crash out, and I had to lock back in after that. And the food noise has not necessarily gone down since then, but I'm doing better. But let's knock this last set out real quick. See y'all. Okay, now on to these thingies, which I still don't exactly know the name for. Holy cow, you're crooked. Okay. Ugh. But yeah, I don't know what these are called still. I just know I did a lot of them in football, and that they should actually be something decent because, they are uh, bilateral, unilateral. They work one side at a time. Uh, okay. Ooh. I guess it would be unilateral because bi means two. Ooh. But yeah, I mean, back to what I was just saying during the last thing is, I think during the second diet for the second show, it's been way easier than the first one for a lot of reasons. I think one because, okay, I think one because it is for a much shorter amount of time. The first one I dieted for 4 months. This one will only have been like a month about, because there was only a month between the last show and this one. And there were those like that week and a half where I went kind of crazy and ate whatever I want. So the length helps, but it also helps because I've done it before. And I think like the most major mental shift is the fact that it's like I know that what I'm dieting for is worth it. I know that I want to get up on stage, be freaking shredded, and be like, guys, look what I've done, look how hard I've worked, look what the Lord has blessed me with. So I think there's a lot of mental factors that play into the fact that this one's felt so much easier, but I say that this one was way easier to get across the fact that I still had my moments. Saturday with those brownies, man, I still had my moment where I genuinely crashed out a little bit and I was really upset and the food noise got super loud and it was just bad. And instead of enjoying that time with my family, my brother who lives in a completely different state, who I rarely see, enjoying time with my dad who works out of state 2 weeks at a time, like I let it really get to me, you know, and it's just hard sometimes. But at the end of the day, if you realize, man, it's just food. Uh, they made brownies. I'm going to eat a whole box of brownies Sunday. Like I'm going to make myself a pan of brownies for breakfast. I'm going to eat it because it's just food. Because I'm working hard towards something, and waiting another week to eat it shouldn't bother me that much, you know? Instead, I let it ruin my mood and stuff a little bit, and it just wasn't cool. But that's a part of growing as a human, is admitting your mistakes, admitting when you've done wrong, and I did wrong. I know I've said that a few times, but it's very important to me, and I think it should be very important to everyone. But yeah, okay. Usually I don't do this, but I'll record the second set of these because I yapped for my whole rest time. Okay, I'm done with this movement for y'all. I have one more set, but I was being serious about those brownie things though. Sunday morning, y'all see a video of me eating old pan of brownies. Y'all probably won't see me eat them, but it's gonna happen. So yeah, on to the seated rows. I don't know. Names for things are hard to remember. Okay, so I recorded the first set. Had like a whole 2-minute yap session. And then I found out I wasn't, or you couldn't see my face. So deleted that one. And here we are on the second set. Let's try this again. So if you can't see my face during the set, I'm just going to sit down to where I know my face is in it, and the set will just be faceless. Honestly, it's probably best that my face is not in this one because the faces I make during this movement are very ugly. But what I was telling a story about my buddy, because I think this is a really funny story and has nothing to do with food. He's in the Air Force and he was supposed to be stationed in San Antonio, but something messed up and he didn't know where he was going to be stationed anymore. So today we found out he's going to be stationed in Nebraska in a town called Bellevue because that's where the Air Force base is. And I looked up a list of things to do in Bellevue because I plan on visiting him probably with my family or his family, who knows. And on that top 15 list of things to do in that old town, Ross, like the dress for less department store, was on that list. And I thought it was so funny because I'm like, you know how deprived of activity a town has to be for Ross to be not only in the top 15, but the top 10 things to do in that whole town? That's bad, bro. But yeah, I just told him he's cooked. But I'm like, maybe we'll go back to our prime Fortnite days and grind that 24/7 like unemployed degenerates. Whenever he's not working, obviously. Or Apex, because Apex has got to be my favorite battle royale of all time. It's up there in games, honestly, but that's besides the point. I thought that was a really funny thing that happened. My mom didn't laugh as much as I did, but and not every joke can be a banger. I guess that one's not really a joke, or a funny story. We have pull-ups left, so see y'all there. Okay, so this is not my usual pull-up spot, but it works well enough. I mean, I can still do pull-ups, so. If y'all saw my video from the other day, where I was my posing video, the down shorts. Me and my dad were talking about it. I don't know what I've done right with my back, but my back looked shredded as all get out, bro, the other day. I don't know. I'm really happy with the way my back looks. I think that's me and my best muscle group. Head or my chest. But also, I'm not trying to sound egotistic when I say those things. Also, I'm going to try to use these things to help with the pull-ups. We'll see how that goes. Just like protect my hands a little bit. Ooh. I feel like I get one more, but I hung there for too long. Well, in the link. But I'll see y'all for the pump check in a second. Okie dokie. Oh, wait. Nope. My mic is on. Okay. I thought it was off for a second. Ugh. Okay. Yeah, like I was saying a second ago, I'm really happy with my back. I don't know why, but I think it's really nice. Um, oh, also, the dude who texted me about my nutrition, he commented on the reel I posted about my posing, and there's some things he said I need to work on. So the first one on the front double bicep, he said I need to work on standing taller and not bring my shoulders up as much. Same thing my dad said, so it's probably good advice. I think that's better. It looks better to me. You can tell me if I'm wrong. And then the second thing he told me was it's on my side chest is to really pull my arm into me to get some more delt activation. So trying to do that. I don't know. I'll try. Um, let me remember the stand tall thing here. Keep my shoulders down. Um, and then there's the quarter turns. I'm up to practicing my routine 6 times a day, which might sound like a lot, but I feel like it really isn't because it's just a minute routine. So, it's like 6 minutes. It's nothing. But I don't know. I was doing it 3 up until today, but I wanted to actually really lock in and start doing it a lot. So I'm gonna be practicing 6 times a day from here until show day. But I guess, or not I guess, but I am done for today. It was a great back day, and yeah, shows in 5 days. I'm excited. And I guess my final kind of note for this video, because I'm probably going to title this video Back Day and Food Noise, because I talked a lot about food noise, and I don't know, food noise is something that can be hard to deal with, especially when I think I'm someone who is naturally a lot higher food drive than other people, because that's something you can be genetically uh, I'm forgetting the word, but like genetically you might have more food drive than other people, and I think I personally do. And at the end of the day, it's all a mental thing. So just remember, if you're dieting down for whatever reason, it's just food. Whenever you're where you want to be, you'll be able to eat it again. Whenever I get on stage Saturday and I frickin' win, I'll be able to eat whatever I want Saturday night and Sunday. Like it's just food, man. You will survive and you will eventually get to a place where you can eat that junk food 10% of the time because you've earned it, you know? So it just remember, don't let the food get too loud. Don't let it talk to you too much because you've got goals you want to achieve and you need to achieve them. And eating a brownie will not get you where you want to, no matter how bad you want to eat that daggum brownie. But, yeah, that'll be it for today. Thank you guys. Love you. Just lock in today. Remember, do something productive. Read your Bible, and like I said, just don't let the food get too loud. You are stronger than it. I promise you. And I hope you have a blessed day. Peace out.